Okay, so long time no call, totally my fault, but here we are now. Yay! At least in spirit, because I mean, I can like see your guys' little gray squares, even though you're not there. But that being said, I actually like have an agenda and I have a ton of things I want to go over. And then just kind of, whatever feedback you guys have or questions you have while the group of us that are on here, that's cool. We'll discuss that and we'll just include it in the recording for everybody else. But like I said, I'll try to get through this too as soon as I can because, I mean, I know it's late and I want everybody to have time to themselves. So basically, first thing, it's crazy. I'm sure, I feel like all of us have been in our own little, like, to quote Ron Burgundy, like glass case of emotion the last couple months, like just with life, I think, and the holidays and everything that we were all dealing with in our personal lives and stuff. It's kind of weird. It's like it all hit at once, I think. And but on the flip side, I think maybe we're all kind of starting to come out of it and we're all kind of like rallying. That's what I'm hoping this will be for everybody, like a rallying point of like, all right, like let's figure out what we're doing with ourselves, maybe individually or as a group or whatever. Now you can kind of frame it as, all right, it's a new year and everybody's talking about resolutions. Like this is always the best time to like kind of switch your brain into that gear. So that's why I've called you all here. So I've been, something that I spent about, I would say an hour total over the last few days was, I can't remember if I posted it for you guys in the team page yet or not, but I will. It's basically like a year-end reflection, and it will probably take you all of 15, 20 minutes maybe. But it's, it's something that you do sit down and like fill in and write out, like good things that happened this year, obstacles you overcame, goals you hit, goals you missed, and all these different things, for any area of your life, not just your coaching business at all. Because it's important to take all of that stuff in, because and I'm learning this firsthand, if you're not evaluating where you're at and where you've come from, you have no way of like modifying your behavior or changing your circumstances for what's to come. So the reflection period, very helpful. I definitely encourage you all to do it for every area of your lives. Won't take you a lot of time. And then on the flip side of that, I found and printed out and like hand filled in, because it makes my brain work better when I write stuff instead of type it. My goals in every area of my life for next year. And, we did the whole like SMART goal thing, and it's really helpful because it does get you thinking. And it reminded me of, I know a few of you have already, probably already done this, but I did it's a free web series, 5-minute video a day from Chalene Johnson for the 30-day push. And I've applied a lot of that to this. And so I really would encourage any of you that haven't done it to do that. Like I said, it's free. She sends you like one 5-minute video a day for 30 days. And like I said, your head will explode a little bit, but in a good way, because it teaches you how to reverse engineer your goals, is what she calls it. And that has been a lifesaver for me, especially in recent weeks, so that I feel like, okay, I know where I'm headed. I know what I want. I know what I expect of myself. But then you work it backwards and say, okay, but what do I do on a daily basis or a weekly basis to A, make sure I'm heading the right direction, and B, that I'm keeping myself on track. So basically I wanted to share like my big goal for myself, what Shalene would call a push goal, which is a goal that encompasses several others that I would also hope you guys get the opportunity to put like a push goal, if you will, together for yourselves. Is I am really going to strive to reach elite next year. And if you're not familiar with that term, it basically just means you're in the top 200 coaches in the company. And it's cool. You do get recognized for it. There's lots of fun perks and incentives and things like that. And for me, as I broke that down and moved it backwards, I could see, okay, this is going to cover, like, I have another goal of getting at least 50% of our debt paid off, like our credit card debt, by the end of the year, or before the end of the year, hopefully. And that would fall under that. And also any sort of ranking advancement of a Beachbody business would fall under that, because you have to have one to have the other. And I had one other goal that, it's like, I want to lose 10 more pounds, believe it or not. And I want to like actually make sure that like I'm where I'm comfortable with myself again, like completely inside and out. And I feel like all of those things can be lumped up, because if I reach that push goal, or I'm close to reaching that push goal, most of those other things are already going to take care of themselves. So I wanted to share that with you guys. That's like my big drive for this next year. And of course, you know, everybody's success or failure, yeah, we own it, you know, it's our own essentially, but I think that I know myself I could definitely benefit from a lot more like regular interaction with everybody, and just like recentering and because it's just so easy to get like caught up in everything that's going on in our lives. And like, obviously this is the first thing I know for all of us probably that goes to the side. And it's like, okay, if I'm on overload, this is the first thing that goes away. And I have literally spent pretty much all of my December, with the exception of a couple days, like right around Christmas, I have every single day I am making myself do the things that I should have been doing all along. It takes me less than a half an hour as far as my business is concerned. And it's December 30th. It's already paying off. I probably have like 7 people who are going to show up here before the end of the day tomorrow. So all of a sudden I'm going to go from Success Club 0 today to probably 10 or 12 tomorrow. And it's not because I've been putting in these hours and painstaking things. I've just been doing what I'm supposed to have done all along. And I've been doing it for like 3 weeks, and that's it, because everybody's in that mode now, because January is coming. And January and February will be your biggest months if you want them to be. March too, because of spring break, which is ironic, but it works. And so just, I guess, get yourself that mindset so you can like gear up, like have your big picture, have your goals, and work it backwards. Like, so I brought it down to the fact that I need to be reading my personal development every day, which I have been. I'm reading this Personality Plus book right now, which is amazing. It's about personality temperaments and how we all interact with each other. It's kind of scary because it like makes you feel a little bit bad about yourself at times, but it's a good thing too, because it's very insightful. So, you know, I'm doing that every day, and, you know, talking about my workouts, talking about Shakeology, not being scared to invite people. And that's such a challenge for me. It always has been, you guys. And so I've committed myself, like I'm going to invite at least 3 people every single day. And I've been checking it off in my planner, and I've been sticking to it because I made my vision board thing. It's up on my desktop of my computer. It's up above my desk. I know where I'm going now. I can see the big picture. And so I just worked it backwards. This is what I'm going to do every single day. And I'm going to reevaluate, you know, quite regularly. Are these behaviors or are these patterns that I'm, you know, doing, are these activities actually getting me where I want to go? And so far, even in 3 weeks, they already are. So it's kind of really like lit a fire under my butt, so to speak. And so I wanted to share that with you guys too, you know, that it's like a couple little tweaks to what I was or wasn't doing has changed everything. And it's really encouraging. And so on that note, I wanted to kind of share with you guys I want to say it's tentative, but I think it's pretty much settled now. I've set my schedule or my calendar for January. And a big part of that is anybody who's interested. I mean, I would hope a lot of you would do this, but I really would love to set up either small group or like one-on-one strategizing or like goal setting calls for either your first quarter or for the whole year, and just like find out where everybody's at, like mentally, emotionally, everything, like where you want to be with your business, where do you see yourself going, and then work together, like kind of in the process I just discussed on how best to get you there. And the other awesome thing about that is when you're sharing your goals with other people, even if they're big, scary ones, like the one I told you guys that I'm working towards, this elite thing. I mean, it's terrifying, and it's huge. Like, it's a huge goal. But if I don't tell anybody about it, then it's basically not real, if that makes any sense, because now you guys know, and so I can look to you for additional accountability if I find myself slipping or life's getting in the way. So if anybody's interested in that, let me know. I'll like set aside time so I'm flexible or whatever to do these, like to do the individual, you know, goal setting, strategizing. We can take a half hour, whatever you need, and like get you fired up and get you focused and go. So that's an option. That's one thing I would like to do. Hopefully not, like if I'm going to get like most of you in, hopefully would be next week. So just, I guess, kind of just keep an eye on your calendars, shoot me a message or post something on the page and we'll figure it out. So basically my schedule for January, what I'm looking at doing is I'm going to run a 3-week group. Well, technically 30 days because I'm going to build in the preseason. And that's going to start, the group itself will start on the 18th, the preseason starting on the 11th. So I haven't created the group yet, but I'm already inviting to it. And so if you guys want to invite to it as well, calling it the Resolution Revolt group, like, hey, resolutions are awesome, but we're actually going to stick to this instead of like going to the gym twice and paying for a year-long membership. So that's kind of how that's kind of my theme, I guess. So that's my one big gig that I'm doing this month. Additionally, I want to do some sort of very brief 5-day free group thing. I'm not sure yet what the topic will be, but something very low maintenance and just to kind of, get talking to more people. Additionally, I'm going to plan to do basically what we'll call like a biweekly coach connect, which is like either, if like one of you guys has a new coach and like you want to have them like a call with me, you and them, that would be a good time to do that. Or some of the weeks we'll have like these full team calls, or we can have, whatever works for you guys, but I will be sure to offer it and schedule that out at least every other Wednesday night, like a coach connect session, and I will be available for that. I'm also thinking something else I want to do different this month is starting on the 25th, I'm going to do a 7-day, basically, I don't want to call it like a rank push group, but essentially it's going to be all about not only going Emerald, but how to use everything we already have in place to help your coaches go Emerald really quickly and just like make it really easy for everybody. And then if you already are Emerald and you're still working towards Diamond, then this is an equally beneficial experience because it's going to be 7 days to be quick fire. It's going to be tight knit stuff. It's going to be new content that I'm working on pulling together. I'm not just going to be giving you guys something from somebody else's script and, just to kind of give us a huge push into the end of January to keep going ahead. And, so that's something. So if you're interested in that, starts the 25th, we'll run through the 1st of February. Excuse me. Then the next thing I'm going to be doing that's a little bit different is I want to do like a live coach sneak peek event, like instead of a business call or a coach opportunity group on the 29th, I'm pretty sure I want it to be like using Google Hangout on YouTube. I sat in on a couple of calls that Melanie and Shannon did that way, and it's interactive and super awesome. And again, it's like just a 45 minutes to an hour of just like a condensed, melted down version of kind of, getting people the info about what it is we do and who we are as a team and the kind of people that we are. But like they're getting to interact with us and like we're there like face to face, like we are when we're on these calls, except it's a live like Google chat hangout thing. So questions are coming in, we're answering them, we're doing all these different things at once. And, we'll make it kind of like a rapid fire fun thing, like in every 10 minutes, we're going to go to another topic or, the first 3 people to answer this question correctly in the, in the feed for the call will get their name entered in a drawing to get something for free. You know what I mean? And like, it's just going to be this really like, cool, it's live, we're doing this, and like get people fired up before that hour's over. So that's something I thought of that I really want to do. So I would love you guys to do that with me. I'm, like I said, looking at Friday night, the 29th of January to do it so that we can have as much time as possible, A, to put together the content, and B, see what kind of feedback we're getting from people before we set a time and date. So you're more than welcome to join in that as well. But beyond that, I have a lot of resources together now for you guys about like getting coaches started right and about inviting and recruiting and all these different things. So I just started putting some of that stuff out there yesterday. So I definitely encourage you to take a look at that when you have the opportunity. Additionally, something else that I'm kind of holding myself to religiously right now is I'm making sure that before I go to bed any night or turn off my computer, I'm scheduling at least 3 posts for Facebook the next day, because I always told myself, oh, something will happen tomorrow and I'll remember and I'll post it. Never happens. Like never. I totally forget. Or if you're me, or apparently maybe like Ashley lately, I didn't have a cell phone for an extensive period of time and felt like I was living in pioneer times washing my laundry on a rock. So it was it's been weird trying to keep up with everything, but it has already made a difference. Like I said, just in these couple weeks that I was like, you know what, this is stupid. I know what I need to do. I'm going to fricking do it. And I've done it. And it's like, it's going to be okay. And that's awesome. so yeah, that's kind of my goals. That's my vision. Definitely encouraging you guys to like, um, look at your year, look at where you're at, look at your priorities, reflect on this last year in every aspect of your life. Like I said, don't limit yourself to Beachbody stuff. Like, because at least for me, like this pulls in so many other areas of my life because my family is impacted by this. My marriage is impacted by this. My full-time job is impacted by this. You know, my own personal growth and development, my own health and fitness, all of these things for me tie together. So it kind of naturally makes sense, I guess, to set a goal based on that so that everything can get pushed up under it. And then the last thing, like I said, quick and dirty, that I wanted to go over with you guys was, let's see. Oh, was just I really want to I don't have it formulated yet, so I'll definitely need feedback, but I really want to like implement some sort of consistent and regular recognition, if you will, not just in and amongst ourselves, but like also for challengers in our groups that are doing super awesome, or you know, discount coaches or new coaches or whatever that we get, that like people that we just want to kind of give them, you know, an extra, like everybody deserves recognition, right? You know, maybe you have this person who's like gone through, I have a person, for example, she's gone through like 3 rounds of 21 day fixed challenge groups with me, and she is not freaking quitting, dude. And she has, I think she has health issues related to her weight. She's always been really overweight her whole life, has super low self-esteem, and but she's like the smartest, sweetest girl ever. I used to work with her, and she's just there, like she's just like silent thunder, dude, like every group. And I'm like, you know what, I want to be able to like kind of in a nice way call her out in a more public forum, like may it be on our team page, or maybe we should have like a veterans challenge group page or whatever of people who are in our groups, and we put them in there, and these are ways they can stay connected, or we can help them continue to build each other up as we're moving ahead and focusing on new groups with different challengers, you know what I mean? So that we're making the best use of our resources and that people are staying connected. Because that's really what this comes down to. Like if we lose a connection with people, then you know, then there's no point, because then they lose the investment, because they're invested in you and they're invested in that relationship, and way more than they're invested in Shakeology, way more than they're invested in Beachbody, and probably in a lot of cases way more than they're invested in, you know, getting healthier or their own health and fitness goals or whatever the case may be. So, you know, keep that in mind and don't see that as an intimidating thing. See that as an encouraging and uplifting and like a positive challenge thing. Like, you know, I'm not perfect. I don't want to be perfect. I don't want people to think I'm perfect, but hey, like if you're doing a job well done, I'm going to take 2 minutes out of my day to call you out so you know that you're doing awesome and other people know you're doing awesome. And, you know, just different things like that, and fostering, you know, this culture of lifting other people up. So that's kind of where my brain is at. And it, like I said, it's only 9:30, so I spewed it out pretty quickly. But I just wanted to make sure I got that out there. And like I said, weekly or bi-weekly, I'm definitely going to be either scheduling a Zoom and just sending it out there, and whoever can call in can call in. Or, you know, like I said, we can do like a coach connect thing with new coaches. And whatever you guys feel like you need, like you're like, oh man, I really get this, but this is really confusing to me. Or if I just understood this thing that everybody was talking about all the time, like maybe I would, you know, I would, it would be easier for me to get everything done, or whatever the case may be. Like let me know, because I was up and down for a while with everything going in my own life. Totally admit to that and apologize for it again. But I think I more than have a grip on it now, and I have a completely new perspective. And I just really like want you guys to benefit from that too. So that's kind of like the moral of the story. And as always, I would appreciate any kind of feedback or questions or anything you have about what I'm thinking about doing for January, or, you know, the live coach sneak peek idea, or, you know, the having this like kind of almost end of month rank push for not just for us, but also for any, you know, new coaches we get, or coaches you have that you're working with right now that could additionally use a shove in a nice way, obviously, towards the end of the month to help us, you know, push towards whatever that goal is for each of us. So yeah, I'll go ahead and turn the recording off.